In today's video, we are continuing our coverage of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, going forward with Phase 4 and Phase 5, predominantly speaking about everything we know about Doctor Strange 2, aka Multiverse of Madness. Now, if you are new around here, make sure to subscribe to never miss any of the Marvel DC pop culture based content we do on this channel on a daily basis. It would be much appreciated if you could subscribe to the channel, turn notifications on, share the video, and comment everything you think down below. If you want to see what the beautiful voice behind the beautiful face looks like, just check us out on Instagram at Warstu. And also, I'm very active on the Twitter sphere. Join the Warstuverse over on Twitter, WarstuG. Right, let's get into this video. So, everything we know about Doctor Strange 2 is Doctor Strange is going to be the main star. He's going to play multiple variances of himself. Also, Wanda is partially the villain. Now, I know we have demons in this movie. There is a Shamagora. I love saying that way because that's the correct way to say it. But realistically, for legal reasons, it's going to be called Gargantus, although they are literally the same thing. Now, Wanda is going to summon that demon, and a lot of people still seem to think that Gargantus is the overall villain, but it's actually Wanda Maximoff, aka the Scarlet Witch that we were introduced to in WandaVision. Now, overall, she's not actually the villain. The overall villain is the Darkhold book that we seen her reading, transcribing in her head at the end of WandaVision. Now, something that I find fascinating through every plot leak and everyone that I've spoke to behind the scenes is Wanda seems to be looking for the Darkhold book. It's kind of weird because the Darkhold's controlling her, but she seems to be looking for the Darkhold book, which doesn't really make much sense. So, the Darkhold book is essentially the Book of the Damned or the Book of Sin. It's an ancient evil book. It contains powerful dark spells, magical spells. We were introduced to it in the first Doctor Strange movie. It is considered one of the most potent record of dark magic in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. It is said that anyone that reads it will lose their mind or soul or even both, and that is why we see Wanda going freaking crazy because the Darkhold book is essentially taken over her mind. She wants her children. We heard the cries at the end of WandaVision, and that is essentially the setup. But if you actually do some research and know what's behind it, the Elder God Chthon transcribed all the dark magic and terrifying spells, indestructible parchments. These scrolls were later brought together in the volume that would be known as the Darkhold. So, Chthon, the Elder God, is behind everything. Now, we have seen an image that looks like Chthon in an official poster for Multiverse of the Madness. I would most likely put it in the thumbnail, although a lot of people seem to say it's not Chthon and Chthon won't appear in this movie. Well, realistically, if you follow Marvel, they don't just randomly do things on the whim, do they? No, they don't. But realistically, it could be anyone behind it. But realistically, it's got to be Chthon. Now, how is the Avengers? Okay, it's not the Avengers, but essentially Doctor Strange is going to have his little team assemble the Avengers, which could be one America Chavez and Doctor Strange himself. So, we see throughout the trailer the Book of Ashanti. We literally see it glowing in the scene where they open the door and there's a massive glow. So essentially, what could happen is the Book of Ashanti is kind of the good book that could counter the Darkhold. It contains the most powerful White Order magic spells. Many of them counter spells to the other discipline, meaning if the Darkhold's in this movie, we already know it is because this has all been set up since WandaVision. We know the Book of Ashanti is gonna have to be in this. The book itself can be used to detect magic, deflect magic. Its spells can never be used for an offense, only for a defense. Now, I think this is why it's important, because obviously Wanda is going to summon demons via the Darkhold, and the Book of Ashanti can only be used as a defense, not as an offense. So, the book is marked with the seal of Vishanti. It also contains extensive knowledge by several powerful magicians, such as information collected by the Agamotto regarding the discovery and the mastery of 3 paths of enlightenment, and widely detailed information about the cosmic side, which was presumably dictated by the Vishanti to the first known humans. Okay, that's enough background information. So, what is going to happen is Wanda's going to use the Darkhold when she gets it back against everyone. She's trying to get to her children. children who are in another reality or some variant of that. We know everything started off with WandaVision, but it really did kick into gear after Spider-Man No Way Home. So that essentially is the majority of the movie in a nutshell. So we've seen throughout the trailers that Doctor Strange is going to go to Wanda to ask her what she knows about the multiverse. And of course, she thinks he's there about what happened in Westview. Now, it is still strange, and I really hope they do make reference because he would have been the Sorcerer Supreme at that point, but we know it's actually Wong. So Wong realistically should have went to go see Wanda, be like, yo, what the freaking hell are you doing? Where's Agatha Harkness at, yo? Where's she at? So we know it's foreshadowing. We know it's an illusion because they're not really walking in a forest. So at some point, Doctor Strange will bump into America Chavez, who's being chased by the demons, who essentially being controlled by Wanda because Wanda needs the power of America Chavez to essentially astral project herself to wherever her children is. And that's essentially one of the vocal points of this movie. It's quite a simple movie when you think about it, but it's because of all these plot leaks, rumors, cameo roles and stuff going around, which is why a lot of people seem to be over complicating this movie. So the Illuminati are in it. We know this. Patrick Stewart himself, Professor X, has pretty much confirmed he will be in the movie. We know that America and also Doctor Strange will end up in prisons. Why? Because they've broke the sacred rules. They're not allowed to travel through the galaxy, through the multiverse, and essentially all the Illuminati want to kill America and Doctor Strange, but Professor X doesn't. So essentially what's going to happen is Wanda will attack, and this will be the vocal point of why Doctor Strange and America does not get killed and will not get killed, because America does have a massive future in the MCU going forward. Doctor Strange also has a massive deal going forward. He will be the face of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, according to Mr. Kevin Feige himself. We do know that Elizabeth Olsen, aka the Scarlet Witch, recently signed for 7 more years. So no one's going to die, but I do think if anyone's going to die, it will be one. There will be multiple deaths with sorcerers and alternate variances of all these other characters we know. There will be Illuminati, there will be Mr. Fantastic, there will be Boulder the Brave, there will be Warstu, there could be Black Panther. So there could be a multiple instances of whoever's going to be in the Illuminati within this movie. There's still massive conspiracies. Is it Tom Cruise? Is it Captain Marvel, Monica Rambeau? Is it Maria Rambeau? There's so many theories and so many hypotheses, but we do know they are currently still reshooting something or shooting new scenes, as Benedict Cumberbatch recently came out and said he's still shooting. And we have the information from Moth Culture that said Tom Cruise is essentially shooting a scene in the movie, and a lot of people discredited that because he must have already done it, but we don't know if he's already done his scene. We know he will be in it. So we went over it a couple of days where it says Marvel Studios is rumored to be currently filming a credit scene with Tom Cruise. Doctor Strange is astral projecting himself into another universe, discussing plans to build a new multiversal Illuminati, and obviously Kang will be destroying and invading multiple multiverses and instances in Earth at the same time. And yes, there has been multiple end credit scenes, multiple post credit scenes. Deadpool is in one. Sure, there's been lots of different end credit scenes. Clear, Doctor Strange Third Eye. There's been so many, but I think there will be multiple end scenes. I think there will be 3-4 massive parts right at the end of the movie. We do know that America will be trained up via Doctor Strange to harness her powers, because she is pretty much the only person that can traverse through the multiverse without even struggling. And Clear coming in, that's going to be very interesting. This movie, I think, will shock people. Although Marvel has tried to make some of the influencers and people with followings quiet by saying, we're not going to let you come to the premiere if you keep talking about plot leaks that are real. Okay, cool. So yeah, we prefer it if you just address it like a theory. So a lot of the theories going around YouTube at the moment and around the internet, TikTok, I get sent them all the time, Instagram, Twitter, a lot of these theories are actually directly pulled from plot leaks, but for some reason they are being addressed like they're theories and rumors, because it's pretty obvious which rumors are coming from actual leaks and which theories are coming from leaks. A lot of the theories are actually come from plot leaks, but they're addressed like a theory, which doesn't make it any better than covering a plot leak, because the theory, the information is still out there, which I do find fascinating. So people keep telling me there is going to be a Thor 4 trailer this week, either the 21st, the 22nd, the 23rd, the 24th, the 25th, the 26th, the 27th, the 28th, the 29th, the 30th, the 31st. Literally every day to the end of the month. I still believe the information that they are not going to drop a trailer for Thor 4 Why? For multiple reasons. Because Thor is going to appear at the end of the movie. Somehow, maybe, I don't know. But from what I've been hearing, I guess you could say it's more of a theory, is Gore, the God Butcherer, will be a ramification of what happened in the Multiverse of Madness. So maybe you won't be seeing Thor for trailer Thor Love and Thunder until we get Multiverse of Madness, because Gore is created or is a ramifications of the Multiverse of Madness. There is endless possibilities, but if you think about it logically, it doesn't make sense why there is no trailer unless it is interconnected to this movie. We know Marvel moves forward together. We know every single piece of the MCU intertwined connects in a somewhat roundabout way. So I do read the comments and I find it intriguing why a lot of people seem to think the Thor 4 trailer will come out before Multiverse into Madness. Yet we didn't get a tease trailer for Doctor Strange 2 until Spider-Man No Way Home came out. And the end scene is directly connected to how the Multiverse of Madness started, but so is the end of Loki, which I do find very intriguing and very fascinating. So, will we get Ghost Rider? The rumors are Ghost Rider will be in this movie. Nicolas Cage. I'm even hearing rumors that Joker himself is going to be... the rumors are getting that bad, guys, that people are like, yeah, do you remember when Ezra Miller was on set of the Guardians of the Galaxy 3, filming his cameo role in Peacemaker? Well, Marvel only let him do it if he agreed to have a role in Multiverse of Madness playing the Flash. With all these rumors, I don't believe this one. But I've seen this one going around for a while now, and it's absolutely freaking insane. I know James Gunn does want a Marvel DC crossover. I honestly think this could happen, but not yet. It will happen when Discovery comes through and David Zaslav's in charge, and I guarantee he will do a Marvel DC crossover if him and Kevin Feige can talk, because that would bang. It really would bang. Obviously, they would have to co-finance it, but I honestly can see that happening once David Zaslav comes in, because he just wants to provide good content and make a lot of money. So also in the news, Morbius is coming out very soon. Although, from what I've read of the plot leak and from what I've been told, if you're expecting anything to do with Spider-Man, any intertwined connection, I think you should miss this movie. Apparently, it's an absolute mess. I feel bad because this movie should have came out 3 years ago. It's gone through so many different reshoots. It's gone through a whole world changing. The whole world changed before it came out. It was supposed to come out before everything happened. I really do feel bad for this. But Morbius is a character that can stand on his own 2 feet. So like always, guys, take everything that isn't from Marvel Studios or published from Disney with a pinch of salt. That's not to say I don't believe the information I'm being told. I do. But unless it's factually coming from Marvel Studios themselves, don't believe any single super duper Twitter scooper, any insider, any YouTuber. I'm just covering information that has been out there, plot leaks that seem to line up with trailers. There is stuff in the trailers that appeared in a plot leak that literally came out in the middle of last year, 8 months before the trailer came out. So everything for this movie is pretty much out there. We just don't know what has actually been reshot, because a lot of people on Twitter, I read a lot of messages, I get sent a lot of stuff. Everyone can make out they know exactly what's going to happen during these reshoots and what's still going on. I do not believe they did 6 weeks of intensive reshoots just to add some cameos in. They have changed massive pivotal points of the story. Allegedly, the movie was supposed to be 3.5 hours long, but now apparently it's closer to 2.5. And you got to remember what the initial test screening said from the first test screening, the in-house test screening of Multiverse of Madness, is that the end of the movie gave them and left them wanting more. So like always, guys, check us out on Instagram at Warstu. Please follow me over there. I'm trying to grow my Instagram and you can also see what I look like. Also check us out on the Twitter sphere, WarstuG. I've got like 35 followers. I'm trying to build a community over there. And like always, guys, I will catch you in another video very soon. Catch you later.